Hello everyone, this is Steve with the Free Bullion Investment Guide. Today is August 5th and I'm doing a price analysis video for Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin's 4-hour chart. Normally I start out with the monthly chart, but I got a little bit to go over, or a lot to go over in this week's video, so I want to, I'm just going to skip it this time. First off, what I want to get into in this week's video is the reason why I believe that Bitcoin has been rising in price and seeing periods of consolidation, and then rising in price and seeing periods of consolidation. Really, what's behind this latest rally. And if you're looking at the screen right now and reading it, you know it's the trade war. I believe that Trump's tweets, the news coming out of the trade war, and so on, is what's fueling Bitcoin higher. I believe that when we get like a Trump tweet back in May, when he stated that like Chinese is paying tariffs, basically criticizing the tariffs and so on, and or the whole issues behind the trade deal. Not to get into anything specific, but this article is from Bloomberg. But right there in the title, you see what he's saying. Each word of Trump's tariffs tweets wipe out 13 billion of stocks. And really what I believe is that traders are selling stocks and getting into Bitcoin, or at least the smart ones. And then when trade talks resume, then they sell off Bitcoin and get back into stocks. And it's really a smart move in my point of view. I don't know if other people have really caught up on it, but that's what a lot of the review of this video is going to be about. I'll get into the outlook here in a minute. But again, back in May, we had the Trump tariff tweet that I just showed you in the Bloomberg article. I will have a link down in the description below. And we saw Bitcoin rise up to 85.50, and it stayed there for a while as the trade talks weren't over. We were still in the middle of trade talks. We had good news and bad news here and there every weekend, basically. But then the trade talks broke down, and we saw Bitcoin shoot up in price. And then right during the G20, which was around June 20th, 25th, somewhere around that area, we had President Xi and President Trump come together and state that negotiations were going to restart. And that's when we've seen Bitcoin fall in price. And then just here recently, this past week, we've had more escalations of trade tariff talks between the two nations, and we've seen Bitcoin rise again in price. Now, to go over real quick what I stated in last week's video with the price patterns. One, I've had this large bull flag in my charts for at least 2 or 3 weeks now. You can see past videos where I pointed it out. Now, I did state in last week's video that pretty soon, if the price of Bitcoin didn't rise, this bull flag wasn't going to be a bull flag anymore, and it was just going to have to be taken off the chart, because nothing positive was happening out of Bitcoin. But with this latest trade escalation, we've had the price of Bitcoin shoot up and test now the upper trend line of the bull flag. I also showed you this falling expanding wedge in last week's video. It was confirmed back on around the 30th, 31st of July, and to the upside after I believe Trump tweeted about we're going to raise tariffs 10% on. The whole thing is, I don't think tariffs are supposed to set to begin till, or at least these new batch of tariffs aren't set to begin till September 1st. I think it's really a negotiation factor. But if you look at markets today, I think the Dow's dropped like 1,000 points or something like that. So, or close to it. I might be over exaggerating. I know it's over 900. So anyways, I think that people are getting out of stocks and getting into Bitcoin when these escalations begin. So I'm going to move to the 1 hour chart, And really what I'm seeing is buying up, and then we see a bull flag, and then buying up. Now really that's a bear flag right there, but then the price drops, and we saw another push up in price, and really more consolidation, and we see it over and over and over again. Now I don't see this trade war talks de-escalating right now. China has been coming out with some pretty harsh words lately, so I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin rises above, let's move to the 30-minute chart, rises above the bull flag, confirming it. It pretty much, yeah, we're seeing small little bull flags here and there. This will likely become one big one here in the we may see, what I'm saying is we may see some consolidation below the upper trend line of this large blue bull flag, and ultimately see the price of Bitcoin move back higher. Now for it to really break out, it needs to break up above 13,900. That isn't out of the question, but as far as the week to come, it clearly isn't out of the question, especially if the rhetoric continues to get worse. However, I do expect to see consolidation somewhere before that moment happens, before we break 13.9, if we are to break 13.9, most likely around 13.2, where we saw it last time, where we saw the price not be able to break above it, 13.2. So if we break the bull flag here, the blue line, it's likely that we'll move up and see some consolidation, then move up again, and likely break the 13.9. Now, whether that happens this week or not, I really couldn't tell you. Let's move to the daily chart real quick. The daily chart looks like that we could see some more upside out of Bitcoin. In the MACD, the RSI still is showing that we could also move a little higher. The 4-hour chart is kind of looking like we're in overbought territory. Well, we are in overbought territory on the RSI. The MACD, we are a little bit, not nothing. Well, we are a bit into overbought territory. We could see, like I said, consolidation right here, likely a bull flag. I'll just put a line right here just to show it. However long it is, I have no clue. But we'll likely see a bull flag right here, and then before the price moves up. So I thank you for your time. I look forward to talking to you again next week. Take care, and God bless.